Nope.
I mean, how old? That was what year was that?
That was
He was older.
95, 96.
That was the year that he had that Cheney had Rowe and Camby and all.
How
It said.
All right, we live anyway. We over here.
Coming
We
to
over
you
here hamming it up.
live.
We live
94,
live.
Joey.
94, okay.
and we're lit because the NBA.
Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks.
Playoffs going crazy. Jalen Brunson had the crossover of the year. we call it a ankle breaker. They had that man out there doing the dance. He was like, woo! Like, look, he on screen like, woo!
He did like on Purple Rain when the time did their slide.
Yeah, he did. He did. Now,
Mike Lee was holding the mirror up.
Hey,
he was, Chris.
But speaking of Olay, how about your boy Gary Trent? Like, you can't catch the ball, man.
Come on now. Come on now.
Doc Rivers must have signed his soul. Because ever since that finals, it's just been the worst luck for him.
Yeah.
He
met him at the crossroads. Are you sure? I don't know.
Dude, I mean, that's a basketball play that your kids make in
oh my goodness. It can't get any basic than that. It can't get any
what
more
did we
basic.
say, JB? 7. You're up 7 with 40 seconds.
Dude, listen, okay, you up 7, you give him a 3. All right, you play bad defense. Give him an and 1. All right, I give you that. You still got the damn ball with 15 seconds left, and they gotta foul you.
Uh-huh.
They throw it to Gary Trent like, oh.
Uh-huh.
He's like
old Butterfingers.
As they say back in the day, they were like Gary on the take. Gary could have somebody got to Gary. Somebody got to him.
You'd have to. You probably had to pay a lot though for that.
You know he turned the ball over before that too. He had another turnover.
My gosh!
I mean, but he had
was he looking up? Was he looking up like Tony?
He got caught on the sidelines and threw the ball away when Halliburton got the and 1. But he also had all their points in the overtime. Basically, he was going nuts. Anyway, that was just one of my my bad picks. I did pick the Bucks to win in 6, but it's okay because I also picked the Timberwolves to win in 6, and they gave us a gentleman's sweep, one of Chris's favorites.
Yeah.
It wasn't really close.
Thinking you got it, and like you say, Joey, it wasn't even close.
It definitely wasn't.
It wasn't even close. They were giving them buckets. All right. Anyway,
they were.
Me and Chris were talking about Luka and talking about Bron and talking about how Brian was mad, crapping on Bron. I mean,
all the time.
I mean, but I was listening to the radio today, and they were like, Bron, he has the most 30-point games as a 40-year-old, most 30-point games. I mean, he averaged 24, 8 and 8. But that could be the Lakers' problem. You got a 40-year-old doing too damn much.
I agree with that
precisely.
No, that could be your problem.
On him. I mean, I think he was gassed at the end. You could tell by his fourth quarter production.
I got a good stat I heard this morning. Fourth quarter in the series, the Lakers only scored 16% of their points in the fourth quarter.
16%
of their 16.2 to be exact, right?
Okay.
And in the fourth quarter, out of 5 games, Luka's total 23 points. LeBron's total 25 points. Nas Reed's total 27.
Wow.
Man, wow. Yeah, Nas Reed was balling though.
But he also there were like 2 or 3 games that he was extremely quiet.
I know.
But somebody else had 17, or 18.
I know. Rudy Gobert came through.
Yes, he did.
Like the guy, but they always go, "Sacre bleu." When they always say like Rudy Gobert.
Yes, he did.
You saw that Dyson Daniels one. It was improved.
Yes.
We all got that wrong.
Who did we pick?
Cunningham and we all picked Cunningham, and Joey picked Christian Brown for some reason, which is not unusual. It's delusional, but not unusual.
How's that delusional, JB? He had a great year.
Yeah. Oh no.
JB, you also called.
Here you go. You know what, Joey?
DPOY delusional.
Hear what I'm doing, Joey. Sell. Selling on Christian Brown's great year, okay? All right. Anyway, let's talk about Giannis. Should the Bucks trade Giannis, Joey? Should the Bucks trade Giannis?
Chris and JB. Buttons. Congratulations, Buttons. We won tonight.
He don't want to hear that.
Millions out there.
Pistons. Buttons just don't even say nothing. He picked against his own team. Stupid.
Unbelievable. Yes, the Bucks need to trade Giannis. They need to trade him immediately. And the main reason why they need to trade Giannis, you know, Chris and I had a pre-talk on this, and I know after going into the second season of the Suns, I did some analysis and heard some expert analysis, and I realized that their payroll and the situation that they had going on financially and with the draft picks that they had, they were in ruins unless they somehow won the entire thing. So they literally went all in. Well, come to find out, Milwaukee is almost literally the exact same situation. They have no draft capital. They seem to be getting older. They're in a tough situation. They're not going to get any better. They don't have the cap space for anytime big time free agents. Everything's gone. The Dame trade's gone. Trade them now.
Sell.
Gotta get in there and sell.
Get in there and sell.
They need to sell Giannis tomorrow. However,
blow it up.
Don't take the blueprint of the Dallas Mavericks. Find capital for a generational guy.
They might have they might have used the OKC model.
Nothing wrong with that. That clearly works.
And they still got draft picks out the wazoo.
that clearly works.
That's Chris Boy.
That clearly works.
Old Presty. That's my boy.
That is Chris Boy. Chris, what you doing, Chris? You trading Giannis?
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. I think
Chris trade anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you got to, only because hold on, let me exit out. You're stuck and so this team right now, they're getting older, like Joey said. Dame's not coming back next year. Lopez is getting older. Like, you just don't have the pieces now. Giannis is still playing at a high level.
No, all NBA level, MVP level.
Yeah, MVP level. And so you might as well cash in now before you lose him. You know, I mean, that was the knock when Durant moved on. They didn't get really anything. James Harden, they didn't get anything. So it's like, you're going to lose these superstar guys. You have especially a team like Milwaukee, who it's not a big free agent market if you don't have him. So you better cash in.
Nobody wants to live in Milwaukee.
So you better cash in while you got it. And to me, you could still get, I mean, we've seen, other than Luka, we've seen massive hauls for guys not nearly Giannis's level.
I mean, look at the New York Knicks. They have up 3 first-round picks for Miles Bridges.
Sure did.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, we've seen De'Aaron Fox was the guy who got a ton for, and they're all good players, but they're not
Giannis.
They're
not Giannis.
To me, this is the perfect chance. You got to go all in because you got one shot at this, which is the knock we had against Dallas. Not necessarily if you feel like you need to move on. Joey still debates that, but even if you felt seriously we can't build with this guy, you got to get as much. You got one shot at that. You better get as much as possible from this guy. And I think right now, if you go, you need the thing that OKC has done. That is, they've got so many bites at the apple with all their picks. That's what they're doing. Yeah. They're basically saying if we get enough bites at the apple, eventually you're gonna hit on a Jalen Williams, Chet. Yeah. Shea.
They still can blow it up. They still can be like, oh, you know what? We got Chet. We got this guy. Let's give it to him and bring another guy in. The
thing is, they still got a ton of picks left.
Yeah.
The same with Boston. Me and Joey were talking about them. How did they do it? I mean, now Boston is a big market, but they blew it up, got a ton of picks, and then started. And I bet if you look back at the picks that they didn't hit on, they probably missed on some of the people. But at the same time,
they missed on a couple of guys that came from Indiana. They missed, but they hit on the major ones. They hit on Brown and Tatum.
And so, really, you want as many shots at it as the lottery tickets.
Yeah.
So to me, unfortunately, like I think it's better for the NBA. Not necessarily like it's good that the Knicks are good, but it's always good to have a small market team like an OKC or those teams because you want to root for the underdog. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be probably another 10 years till they're good again. If they, but to me, that's the only way a small market team can do it.
Yeah,
OKC has shown that you can do it at a small market, but you got to be smart about when you decide to do it.
Okay. I thought, we talk about the Mavericks. The Mavericks had the perfect setup for Luka.
They did.
The team they had was the perfect team for Luka. You had shooters, and you had big men who could rim run and protect the basket and play D. The Lakers,
and they gave up on them.
They got big guys on the bench. They don't even play them.
Yeah, I mean, and then Gobert goes and gets 24 boards.
Rudy Gobert out there was killing them.
Oh, yeah.
He looked like a monster. Like they just, and they were him getting open dunks like nobody nowhere near him. But anyway, so Giannis, Milwaukee, bye-bye.
Sell water.
If I'm Milwaukee, I'm selling. If I'm Giannis, look, Milwaukee, send me somewhere where I get a chance to win. Is that Pepto-Bismol you drinking? Taking pink liquids on air like Pepto-Bismol.
It just.
I ain't never seen no pink liquids and not Pepto-Bismol, Joy. What you drinking? Oh, either that or strawberry milk. Is it strawberry milk?
It's got to be like a strawberry protein shake.
Oh, okay.
I have a strawberry one.
Look like Pepto.
Okay. I actually had Pepto as well.
There's a movie that someone drinks Pepto from the bottle regularly. I forget which movie it is.
Yeah, people do that all the time. So they gotta have it that way. They something's so bad.
Oh, I woke up the other night, so it's like quick story. Once a year I get because I get heartburn, so I have acid reflux, and I guess if at night you can if it goes up, you can struggle to breathe. So I woke up and I was like, oh my God. In my head, I was thinking, is this how I end it? Is this how it goes?
You thought you were having a heart attack or something?
Well, I was like, it was because when you wake up, you're out of it. So I was like, no way I can die like this.
When I wake up like the Undertaker, what's That's how I wake up in the morning time. I heard the alarm, what? Let's go.
Right, yeah, like a coffin, just.
I get up.
Well, I was fighting for my life. If I don't
do that, I'll just lay in the bed and have to get up again when it get too late. But anyway,
you guys wouldn't even have known. I would have just been dead down here.
Nah, we would have known.
You would have known because I wouldn't have texted for a day.
Yeah, but Joey drove down there. James, I can't believe it. I was like, what? He's like, we're gonna sell.
You're like, Chris, Chris, living or dying, you buying or selling, JB? You're like,
No.
Sell him, man.
Sell.
Sell.
What's if one day I'm had to come over here and show the clip on here live. So if anybody wondering why we keep saying sell so emotionally, you'll understand where it comes from. Anyway, all right. So do y'all wanna
Button doing that too?
How about this? How about we do our when do they usually give their picks for first team all NBA and stuff? That's usually when.
I know let me see.
I need to start putting the dates on here when it comes out.
Oh, it's not. It's May 22nd.
May 22nd?
Oh no, that's 2000. I mean, that's 24. So probably around there though. It said, I mean, it's probably around that time.
So that means we would have at least 2 shows. I do it right here. Let's do our let's make it fun and just do our third team today.
Okay.
And then do first and second team next week.
Yeah, I don't know. You want buttons? If you're out there, you can get on.
You need to jump in or fill it out, man. Buttons be doing whatever. Buttons be doing what Button does. Who knows?
Well, Buttons probably wants to get on for the Shador talk anyway.
Oh, yes, he does.
You know that dude.
Yes, he does.
Oh yeah, he's probably mad. He's still mad about it.
He's still fuming.
The Browns. So the Browns take what, 2 quarterbacks?
You know, Buttons probably also drinking Pepto-Bismol right now.
I saw a thing that had the Browns having the first pick next year. And guess what? Taking a quarterback. Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
I saw a guy had the Browns taking Kate Kublik next year.
Buttons wants Shador and Arch on the same squad. Yeah, he would.
Like what?
He would have a heart attack. He wouldn't know who to pick.
I'm saying what? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, you guys are already on this. You gotta look it up. You gotta go to, this is what y'all do, right? You go to Google and you go to Sheets, and then you see the ones that are shared with you, and you'll see the all NBA one. It's already shared with y'all.
Okay.
So I ain't got to share it with y'all, but I'll share it on the screen if you want to look at it.
Sell, tell William to sell.
Selling, baby. You got to sell. Get in there. It's like, Joey, what is he doing? He's selling. What is he doing down there? He's just selling.
No, Wilson is sell.
All right, guys. All right. Who is? All right, I'm gonna give you my third team point guard. It's gonna be James Harden.
Wait, does it have to be point guard, or is it just guard?
I think it's just guard, right? That's how I did it.
I think it's just guard, JB.
I think it's just guard and bigs now, right? It's not. It's like positionless, isn't it?
All right. Last year, first team, I guess we did. I had
2 guards, 2 forwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Hold on. How do they?
It's like last year's one, so I just changed it to last year's. Let's go. That's
So
fine.
it says all NBA teams are positionless. This means that the 5 players selected are for each team are chosen based on their overall performance.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
They changed it in 2023-24.
Right. My first team, I first guy on there, I got Harden. Who you got on there, Joey? No matter who it is.
JB, put Jaren Jackson Jr. on there for me, please.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Okay.
I also have Jaren Jackson on mine.
I'll never forget when Sprewell dunked on his father's behind. Game 5, NBA Finals, 99. One of the greatest moments of my life.
Is that the one that the Spurs had the gentleman's sweep on?
Yes,
the
it is,
Knicks?
JB. Yes, it is.
Letting Avery Johnson end the series in New York with a baseline jump shot.
Saw it in the corner. Timmy swung it around. You gotta like to take it from the elbow.
I'm always on that elbow.
All right. All right. My next pick, I'm going with Cade Cunningham.
JB, I'll take. Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
I will also take James Harden.
Oh,
I will also take Cunningham. I don't mind that Harden pick though.
No, I'm a grilling machine.
okay. Let's see. I am taking Jalen Williams from OKC. Third team All NBA. Who you guys got?
JB, I'm going to take Sengun.
Sengun.
Wait, I got one guy on here. I'm saying, hold on. Well, I got Jalen Williams also.
Okay, Chris. How do you spell? I know I probably spelled Alfred his name wrong. To spell Sengun, how's it spelled?
I think it's
Sengun.
Gun.
That's how it's called it. Sengun?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goon. Sengun.
Sengun.
All right. My power forward is going to be Sabonis.
Dang it. All right, now I got to switch it up because I had a guy that.
I mean, regardless if it's positionless, I'm going to pick mines based on the positions, basically, for the most part.
Okay, 1, 2.
But like Joey, sell.
No! JB, okay, if I go, okay, yeah, I should be good here then. I'll take Jalen Williams.
Okay, Joey.
Give me Sengun.
Okay, you got Sengun as well. Okay.
One guy is not. I looked it up. You won't be surprised who I picked, but he's not eligible. Missed too many.
Who was it?
Durant.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Clear. Yeah. He didn't make it. Brunson made it by one. Brunson made it by the skin of his chinny chin.
Chinny chin.
All right. I took Zubac right here.
Zubac.
Yeah. Zubac.
I'm going to take Halliburton.
Is he eligible?
I believe he is.
I think he is. Hold on. Is
he played 65 games? You sure?
I think he did.
Because I had him as my questionable.
Bad look if he didn't.
Let me look. Is he? It doesn't say.
All right, here we go. Stats. He plays a what? What does he play? Point guard. Point guard. Halliburton. Tyrese, he played 73 games.
Plenty.
All right. Well, give me Steph. Did Steph play enough? He played 70.
He played enough. Yeah.
He played 70 games.
Oh, I could have blew it this. I could have messed this up then. Think I blew it. Forgot about the chef.
Yeah, give me Steph then.
All right. I'm sorry, Joey. Who you had there?
Joey had Jalen. You had Halliburton. Are you taking Halliburton over the chef?
Oh, because
don't make him change it, Chris. No, he's going Halliburton.
Steph's going higher, Chris. Steph's going higher.
Wait, you're not gonna have enough spots. I mean, you might.
Steph's going higher.
That second round is gonna be getting tight.
I already know who my 5 is for first.
Right. So, all right, I'm gonna take one guy that you may. I got 2 guys that I may have left off that could go in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on here. Of course, the chef, and then Evan Mobley, since he was the defensive player of the year. Y'all got any guys that you may have left off your first and second team?
I am thinking Mobley.
Mobley's I mean, he's on my. I have him higher.
Well, so it
That
is
could
two guards.
be.
Is it two guards, 2 forwards, and a center,
That could be a mistake.
or is it just is it just 5?
I don't know what it is, man. I have no idea.
I mean, it
They're
says
gonna go.
positionless, but
The most. It's not just 5. It's just in a way gonna be just 5. I'm telling you, it's gonna end up being 2 guards, a forward, and 2 forwards, and probably a center.
Right.
I mean, I would say
a
at
guy
the
who can play
minimum,
power forward and center.
I would say at the minimum, it's 2 guards, 3 bigs at the least.
Yeah. Anybody think you left off, Chris?
I mean, there's some other guys. I think Sabonis for me, probably. Trying to think who else was balling out. Siakam played all right.
This was last year's honorable mention. So last year, the first team was Giannis, SGA, Joker, Luka, Tatum. Second team was Ant-Man, KD, AD, Brunson, and Kawhi. Third team was Curry, LeBron, Sabonis, Booker, Halliburton. But I mean, at some point, winning got to count too.
What about Tyler Hero played well?
That's a Brian argument.
Well, I take it back then. I can't even imagine myself being in too many categories with Brian. Yeah, we're both educated, we're both black. It stops right there.
I'm just looking at the guards. Garland played well.
Yeah. I put Garland on there for you, man. I give you Garland. There we go. Maybe Buttons to chime in a little later. But anyway, there was Buttons right there.
Buttons got to chime in with his picks.
Buttons gonna come in. What shirt he wearing today?
He better come in with the Knicks hat on.
Oh, he wears something with the Knicks on it.
He better come in.
He probably had a Knicks
bitter
sign.
about it. He's bitter that he has to wear it.
He better come in here.
He's gonna cross us over Brunson style and have something.
Come in here wearing something Knicks. Closer, Buttons, closer. Hold that thing closer. It's
we coming.
Oh Lord,
he got a lot
of he got the broom. He got the broom back.
That's what he was busy doing the whole time. He was making that
Buttons.
Dare you?
What's up in there? Is that Newman?
Dennis Nedrick. It's the same actor, JB.
What's Newman?
It's the IT guy for Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic Park.
I know that, but that's forever going to be Newman.
Yes, correct.
Jambalaya.
Yeah.
Jerry.
My goodness, boy. Mike, what's good, man? How you feeling?
Hey, fantastic game tonight. I'm very pleased, obviously. Now on to the brooms.
On to the brooms when you get swept by the Celtics. Hey, better to get swept by the Celtics, who everybody thinks going to beat them, than to lose to the Pistons, who everybody thought shouldn't beat them. So, I mean, it is what it is, but
we almost lost tonight, JB.
I know you almost blew it. I told Chris, they gonna blow it. Mm-hmm. If the Pistons didn't piss it away, they would have won.
Horrible.
Great
players want to take the last shot. Cade, I'm looking at you. Don't you dare ever pass that ball again.
Man, Jordan just passed before in the last shot. Buttons.
LeBron made a living out of passing in the last shot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Early LeBron.
Oh, what about late LeBron? He passed a shot up the other night.
A wide open shot.
I mean, it was a wide basketball play, but
he probably was tired.
He definitely was gassed.
Them old bones, like, man.
He was tired last night.
He had that Rudy Gobert beating him up. What you expect? And Buns, like I told Chris and Joey, I told you that the Timberwolves.
JJ, who's playing the 5 tonight? You are LeBron. Oh, really? Okay.
You got the two big guys on the bench, Alex Lynn and the other guy who didn't get off the give him the court.
Jackson Hayes, yeah.
They were giving the court, man. Come on now.
Only one that could have won that game was if that same Bugs Bunny that played baseball, they had cloned him to play basketball.
First base, Bugs Bunny.
First base, Bugs Bunny. Second base, Bugs Bunny. Shortstop, Bugs Bunny. Third base, Bugs Bunny.
You know, Gobert all night was like, Mouse in the house.
Yep. Exactly, blue. It was just
Mouse in the house. Yeah.
All right.
Bugs Bunny would have won.
You know what? I wasn't.
Bugs Bunny just.
I didn't even tell y'all last. Buzz on here real quick. Let me just tell you about last Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night, I went to Braves Mets. Sorry, not Braves Mets. Nats Mets. Right. Rain delay. Couldn't stay for the whole game. Left at 6. Drove to New York. Got up in the morning. Subway. Grand Central Station.
There you go.
Flatbush.
There you go.
Prospect Park, watching Makai do his half marathon.
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez.
Right? Train. I'm up in Harlem.
Oh, yes.
In Harlem, catching the train back to Mount Vernon, money earning Mount Vernon. I went to see my wife's uncle, who's 98, big Knicks fan.
Oh,
big Knicks fan.
There you go.
Right.
We're in the house. He was watching the Lakers Timberwolves game. Timberwolves was giving it to him. Like, yep, I told him.
Yes, they were.
I was giving it to him again. Like, oh, they're giving it to him right now. Watch the game.
Yes, they were.
6:30. Back on the road to the VA.
There you go.
Man, quick little trip.
JB, did you get a picture of the Apollo Theater?
Nah, I ain't do all that walking.
Okay.
I did get a picture of the Flatbush sign in Flatbush.
Okay.
Right. And it was the first time I had ever been. I've been many places. I have been in the. I think I've been in the subway in London more than I've been in the subway in New York.
Okay.
It was my first time being in Grand Central Station.
The Grand Central Station.
Wow.
My first time. It was grand.
I hear you.
It was definitely grand. But anyway,
I'm sure it's much different than Union Station in DC.
it's, believe it or not, it's similar, just bigger.
Okay.
It's similar,
Okay.
right? And believe it or not, the New York subway, even though it seems complicated, is not that complicated.
You just gotta read it.
Yeah, you see,
Take time.
it's easy to kind of get around, but yeah, it was an interesting little excursion. But Buttons, while we here, I know you've been out there doing your thing. Who's your third team All NBA, Buttons? You ready to give it to us?
Yeah, I have Şengün.
Oh, we got 3 of y'all with Şengün. Okay.
Jalen Williams.
Okay, we all got Jay Williams on there.
There we go.
I have Jaren Jackson.
Okay.
He's
3 of y'all got Jaren Jackson. FYI, I have Jaren Jackson a little higher, but okay.
Oh, okay.
So you
I
must
have
have flipped where I have
Cade Cunningham.
Everybody had Cade Cunningham except for Joey. Don't even respect him.
Okay.
No.
I might be missing him, JB.
And then I have Jalen Brunson.
What the?
Oh my God.
You heard me.
Over, I guess Steph
but-
is on your second team, I'm guessing.
Buttons, I was sitting here telling Chris, I may have to change my Brunson decision based on that crossover alone.
Oh my goodness.
Impressed. Buttons was not impressed with the crossover, JB.
I told them that crossover is better than MJ's.
Oh,
Better, yes, it was better than MJ used his hand. Brunson didn't use his hand. He had a mirror still.
Not
He was like,
impressed.
it was good. Like, it was really good. I was very excited.
the 3. Most guys crossover go to the paint, layup. Now Brunson took a step, knocked down the 3, and gave him a little sign with his hand.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
That was a big time play. Big time players making big time plays in big time
Absolutely.
moments. That's why he won Clutch Player of the Year. No doubt. But anyway, Buttons, That was a mistake anyway for you putting Brunson on the third team.
Yeah. You know what? When we do the second team and we get into the Boston series, we'll see how you change your tune.
Holy moly.
Of course, Boston is going to throw multiple. They're going to throw White Adam and a healthy Drew Holiday, and
They are.
and maybe some other guys.
He'll still take 40 shots like tonight.
Yes, he will. But he
If
hit
they
most
win,
Hey,
if Carl Anthony,
I mean,
Towns
really, he almost
Chris,
shot 47%.
if the big cat who Buttons called the big softy can only give you 10 points in a game like that, then Brunson got to do it.
Rear.
Cat is lucky he's not on my third team.
Oh my goodness.
That on your what?
Third team.
He better be on your second team, Buttons.
I'm thinking second team.
We'll see.
He better be on your second team, Buttons.
All right, Buttons. It's NFL draft time.
Oh, let him go first, JB.
And we really talking about, first thing we're going to talk about is which draft did you love and which team's draft did you hate. Now, we do have a sheet for that.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell y'all, we're not doing that tonight because I ain't prepared to do that. I ain't have time to look at everybody's team and really give a full overview of how I felt. So we'll save that for next time and just talk about your top two teams your top team that you liked and the top team that you disliked, and give a little synopsis. And go from there. So we'll start with you, Button, since you on here. I mean, you looking like you clean shaven and everything.
I am, man.
Yeah.
You ever go full like beard, Buttons?
No.
Are you always?
I have to. So, full disclosure, around playoff time, I do sometimes grow it out. I have in the past, but it is very patchy and it is horrendous.
You need to come on here out of nowhere. Like we don't see you for a couple of weeks and you come on. And then you pop up and it's just all patchy.
That would be something.
But normally you're all clean shaven.
Yeah.
You have to for work, or you can have a beard.
No, I can do whatever I want.
Maybe on the Yankee staff or something. Who knows?
He just has it's just mustache.
I always have shaved it. That's all.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I couldn't live that way, but each his own. I mean, I barely hold on to this gray I got, so it looks like I have nothing, but it's mostly gray. That's why it looks that way. It's funny when kids say, "You look like you could be 30." I'm like, man, shut up. Gray hair. If I grew this thing out, I would, man. It would looking like, oh my God. Look, I would look like Uncle Drew. I look like a gray beard, right? Only it's not gray as my hair. My hair don't turn gray, so that's the only good thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not
easy, young buck.
So what?
That's crazy though that it's not.
So Buttons.
So JB, to your question, okay? Yeah. My two teams. I'm going to start with the team that I thought had one of the worst drafts, and as you guys have will predict, the fix is already in for this team. They did this draft on purpose. I'm talking to you, New Orleans Saints. You know what you're doing. You drafted these players. They might throw out this quarterback that they draft. I know they drafted a quarterback, JB, but they really want that quarterback. They used the second-round pick on Tyler Show. Okay, Tyler Show. He's gonna show them something this year when they trot him out there to start the entire year and probably go 0-17. They drafted an offensive tackle who, all accounts, I didn't really think that was really highly touted. He was the kid from Texas. All right. They took a couple defensive players, and then their last pick in the 7th round, they took a cat from Syracuse. How desperate can you be when you're taking Syracuse players? Okay.
Buttons will hate every team he likes.
The fix is in.
Yes, he does.
The Saints had a bad draft, but they had it on purpose. That is my bad draft team, JB.
Oh, okay. The Saints. So you think the Saints throwing in the towel? Are they planning on getting Cade Kuplik or hey, I saw draft board today. Had him as number 1 pick.
What?
Had him as number 2 pick next year.
Wow.
They're gonna, or I said, your boy Arch.
100%.
He might not even come out though, is what I've heard.
He's coming.
I mean, these guys can make more money in the college at this point.
He's coming.
He's coming.
So that's my worst, JB. You want to hear my best then?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your best?
It is to no one's surprise on this show where I'm going with this particular pick. Not only did they get the best, well, not the best, but the second best player in the draft in the 5th round, but they also got Mason Graham. They also got Judkins, and then 5th round steal Shedeur Sanders. The Cleveland Browns win this year's draft, and it's by a landslide.
That is delusional.
Man, these draft grades, I ain't seen Cleveland above a C- in none of them.
That's why they're not listening to us. See, JB, they're not listening to me, JB. Okay,
they're not tracking. I got it.
Their draft was tremendous this year, and if they start the right guy at the right time, they could be in contention to win that division.
Wow, so you saying that the Browns are going to that? You saying that Shedeur Sanders could catapult the Browns over Lamar Jackson and Sleepy Joe Burrow?
If he starts every game, JB, they're winning that division.
Put it on paper.
Put it on
That's
it. You better lock that one up, JB.
You heard it right here first, everybody. If Shedeur Sanders starts every game for the Browns, they will win the division.
Holy
in the brutal.
Put that in the archives.
Oh, it's locked in.
It's already locked
It's locked in. It's locked in.
Oh, Buttons.
The steal of the draft. Far.
Buttons, you better tell the Godfather about this too. You better let the Godfather know.
Like I said before, I don't know about where the landing place of Mr. Rogers. Now, as I've said all year long, if they get Rogers, it's a wrap.
We are thinking sandwiches again for lunch.
It's a wrap for what? For them to lose?
It's a wrap for the division.
Huh?
Then all bets are off for the division. That's the best division in football.
Yeah. All right. Chris, what you got?
I'll go worst first. I took Oakland or Las Vegas. To me, Genty, I think to me you can't necessarily go against him as a great running back. I just feel like they need so much that they're basically just going to be like, they just have to think they're way closer than everybody else thinks. I mean, you look at a team like the Giants who had Saquon for years, and he was a really good running back there. Obviously got dinged up a little bit.
Yeah.
But he goes to a good team that was a running back away, and look at what he explodes. He's now become who we thought he was going to be.
He went to a loaded team. Let's be real here.
Yeah, true. They are loaded. But you see what he does at a team that is not that good. He kind of is wasting away, and people are thinking, oh, well, is Saquon the guy we thought he was and all that? 1 year it takes to him to prove he is who he thought he was, really, and he's just – so to me, not necessarily that he's a bad pick. I just feel like it's a luxury pick that a team like the Raiders, to me, just aren't in a position to take. I just feel like – but I get why they did it.
So – at the number 6 pick, Chris, what do you think the Raiders should have done?
Well, and I think they were kind of stuck. I feel like Carroll is probably in win now mode. You know, he's got Geno Smith, who's older. I think they were kind of stuck in that position. Geno Smith is 35. They're probably saying right now, we're just all chips are in. Well, let's pick the best guy who's going to make the biggest impact and he's that guy. So I get why they did it. It's just, to me, if you look back from now, I just don't think 4 years from now we're going to look back and say the Raiders are anywhere near contention, and Genty's just a guy who's a really good running back on a poor team. But
are they far from contention because of the division they're in? Is that more to do with than their roster? Because I mean, they got Mahomes, I think Joey Boy in San Diego.
If they hit on Genty and he becomes what they can be, there's a percentage chance here where Bowers obviously now catapults to the best tight end. They draft a guy. To me, I don't love that Betch, the guy from the wideout, the TCU, only because he's more of a slot guy, where now you've got Bowers is also works in the slot. You don't have kind of that outside guy that they're missing. So I don't necessarily know even what they would have done. Like, to me, kind of who on that draft in the top 10, I feel like it was just a luxury pick, but you get why they did it. I just don't feel like they probably were stuck and they just said, we're going to take the guy who's going to elevate us the most in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So I get why they did it. It's just, I just feel like if I look back, and I just feel like it's easy. Like, I get why they are doing the pick. I just feel like Genty is just a luxury pick because we've seen good running backs like Bijan, as good as he is. I don't feel like Atlanta is just now just amazing, and Bijan is, Breece Hall, as good as he is. Look at the Jets, aren't a whole lot better. So you got
Aaron Rodgers ruined them. That's why.
But you have elite running backs on teams that aren't necessarily going out and killing it. But then you put him like Derrick Henry, who looks like, oh, maybe he's washed up, and you put him on a really good team, and now he just takes that team to another level. Same with Saquon. So to me, and then my better team, I'm actually just brought them up. I'm going to go Baltimore. They did what they were supposed to do, kind of. They got the guy that fell in the lap, that a guy that we were talking about, Mike Green, a guy who they was probably he was projected as a top 18 pick, probably.
Yeah, he goes in 59.
They get him in round 2.
50 at pick 59.
That's crazy.
And a lot of that probably is dropping because of some off-field stuff. But I feel like Baltimore is a place where they're kind of going, we have enough structure here. We're good enough here. Hopefully we can turn him around. New England did that for years, and it worked for New England until it didn't. But if you have a good enough structure, you can maybe – and then Malachi Starks, who now you team up with him with Kyle Hamilton. That's just going to be a super dangerous, secondary now. And Starks can play a couple different positions. And then they take an offensive tackle from LSU, who's usually those guys are good in the 3rd round. So Baltimore, probably not splashy at all, but they just do what they do every year. They just let the draft come to them. And then there's a reason they're drafting every year towards the end of the draft. You know what I mean? It's just, they just are so consistent all the time.
Yeah.
I understand it
fell in their lap. So yeah, to me, that's
just so you know, the site I'm on, they gave Baltimore A-, and they gave the team you hated an A.
I mean, I could see why though, because he's the most talented player probably in the draft as far as just strictly on.
Don't let Buns hear you.
Well, Buns might say, but I don't think
disagrees.
I think
Buns is on the side of Mel Kiper right now.
But Buns, you would at least say probably most people would agree if it wasn't just position scarcity, if it was just overall talent, most people are going to say Genty's probably 1 or 2 as far as.
Oh, I think he's a generational type running back.
Yeah, so that's why you get that level of guy, you're automatically going to vault it up. I'm just saying more for me is that their biggest need at a team when needs a ton of stuff, in my opinion. They must think they're closer than we do, or I do.
Well, I think that also, Chris, I mean, I agree with you.
I guess
so the Raiders had 11 picks. 11. Right. Okay, now, Genty was really the only one that I could recognize in terms of like guys that I knew while I was watching college football. So none of the other ones stood out. You can pick a handful of teams where every year you can pick maybe 2 or 3 guys that they took that stood out or stand out. So maybe that's why I'm with you on the Raiders not having a great draft, but they did draft 11 guys.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the teams like Philly, Baltimore, those guys, they tend to take a lot of Alabama guys and a lot of Georgia guys.
Yep.
And it works.
They're the best players, man. Most of them from the Big Ten and the SEC. If it happens. All right, Joey, who you buying and selling on?
JB, I'm going to buy on Foxborough. The New England Patriots did what they were supposed to do. They got weapons for their quarterback, and they got big guys to protect their quarterback, who looks like he is the guy that's going to be a starting quarterback for them for a very long time.
Can he beat Josh Allen? He can beat Tua, but can he beat Josh Allen is the question.
Surprise, surprise.
Well, Justin Fields.
TreVeyon Henderson.
Yes, Chris. Not to mention to have an electric player who will be on the field a lot. I have a feeling that the guys that they drafted are going to be playing from day one. They're going to be a very young team, but they're going to grow together. They're going to grow quickly. I think they got the perfect head coach who knows all about the quote-unquote Patriot way, is going to build a strong, tough, knockout defense, and is building a very nice-looking offense.
Well, and you wonder if he's trying to replicate something like, if he's trying to do, because they're saying, okay, well, TreVeyon could be a Gibbs type. Now they're going out, they're getting a tackle who's a versatile guy that can play guard. You see now, if you don't have like a Mahomes type of guy or an Allen or whatever, the other way to build would be, you get good running backs and then you build through the line. And so maybe that's what they're trying to do, because now you're not having to say Drake May looks like a good quarterback. Will he be that level? But maybe they don't even have to have him be that level.
Right. Agreed.
They still are missing a true alpha on the outside, though, right?
Yes, they are.
They did draft a wide receiver, though.
They did draft one.
Yeah.
Unless Diggs comes back and he's tearing it up.
All right, who you selling, Joey? Did Diggs go to the Patriots?
Yeah,
I believe he did. Yeah,
that's a mistake. Go ahead,
JB. I'll be selling the New York Football Giants.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
How dare they? How dare
the
once proud Mara family?
Oh my God!
To allow their idiotic general manager to draft a quarterback who is maybe the third, maybe fourth best quarterback in this draft. You are going to trade back up. We need picks. The Giants are terrible. We're going to get rid of picks to trade back into the first round of a guy that we could have possibly drafted straight up in the second round. Straight up. That's what a mid. They had no business getting rid of this. They act like we're a quarterback away from getting back to the promised land.
How are they supposed to act, Joey?
Not like that, JB. Not like that. All they've done is lose, and lose during the wrong moments, because we could have had Jaden Daniels if we hadn't won a freaking game last year.
Yeah.
They lose all the time, and they lose during the wrong times. And now we got this guy.
Joey, here's the bad news.
Yes, JB.
That's not bad news. You got Cam Scatterboo.
But he was a really good college player.
And this Solomon gave y'all get the Giants an A-.
I don't know about that, JB. I don't they got some decent players, but here's what I don't like. JB, here's what I don't like. It's gonna be Groundhog Day. Okay? It's gonna be Groundhog Day for us.
What do you think?
Because Shane and Dable are going to be fired.
Okay.
There are not 9 wins coming up. When's the schedule come out? May 14th. There are not 9 wins on that schedule
2 weeks
anywhere.
away.
So what's going to happen is that Mr. Mara is going to have to fire the front office again, hire somebody else again, and go through the same thing that they did, the new regime is going to have to judge, okay, is this really our guy? Is Jackson Dart the guy that we really like? If Jackson Dart shows a sign, we're going to throw him all kinds of freaking money because we finally found him, and he's going to have an awful year the very next year, and we're going to find out, oh, we signed the wrong quarterback and got rid of a really good football player to go to our rival who's been whooping our behinds since the beginning of the century. So I'm selling this draft because they allowed moves to be made by a regime that is going to be fired. So Mr. Mara should have opened his mouth a little bit more and put his hands on it. He owns it. Why are you letting people pick way more that are going to be fired? It's as your man's JB, as he said, I'm inevitable. It's inevitable that they're going to be fired. They're not good enough. First pick was excellent. After that, second pick, awful.
How many games does Jackson Dart start this year?
0.
So what's the problem?
He's not the guy, Buttons. I don't.
Yeah, but how do you not? Maybe you got to put trust in Dable, who has dealt with a ton of good quarterbacks, to say
Joey don't got no trust.
Dable trusted Daniel Jones. That's a problem.
Dable, well, he balled out one year. He
didn't ball. He balled out for him.
Yeah, true, but still, Dable got the most. Dable has got the most out of Daniel Jones that we've seen, though.
True.
Right? He got a lot. He was Josh Allen's guy. He was at Alabama with Hurts and Tua. Like, he's dealt with some guys. So I feel like, now I'm not saying obviously he lives and dies with, but I think they may end up giving him an extra season if he feels like Jackson Dart is. If they're all in on Jackson Dart, then...
So, Joey, your team possibly got the best defensive player, and you got maybe some possible steals.
They definitely got that.
And yet you feel that your team had the worst.
Because Joey's not a Dart guy. That's why.
Yeah. Not a Dart guy.
That's why. If he liked Dart, he would be
Joey,
loving it.
You sat on this show and proclaimed to the world that Daniel Jones was going to do this. Joey, stop it. Okay, just stop it.
I was wrong, JB.
Yes, and you could be wrong now. I'm just saying.
I hope I am.
All right. So just because we spent a lot of time on this, my team I'm buying, same as Joey, kind of the same reasons, right? I looked at it, I was like, okay, they brought in some weapons for the kid. They are kind of doing the Detroit Lions model, build from the inside, playmakers with speed, right? Henderson and the Williams kid. So I like how they doing their things in New England. And the team I'm selling on, if you ever watched that Seinfeld episode when he went to the department store, he bought a suit. From the guy with the Joseph Abode suit. And Joey, he didn't like the way the guy sold him the suit. So he took it back to the store and said, I'm returning this. She said, why? He said, for spite. So for reasons of just for spite tonight, just to keep this show going, I'm selling the Dolphins. That's right. I'm selling on Miami. Did Miami draft anybody that y'all even care about?
No.
Did Miami draft a player that's going to make them a contender in that division? Long run?
No.
No, but still.
I can't remember who they drafted.
Yeah, they drafted Kenneth Grant, the guard.
Yeah, that's never a sexy pick.
Yeah, so they got Quinn Ewers at 231. So CB, Rodney, your team had the worst draft. Congratulations. And let's move on to the subject that many of us have been waiting for, the Shedeur Saunders saga. Buttons was on here earlier talking about this. And why did Shedeur fall to the 5th round in your opinion? You know what? My opinion doesn't matter, first of all. But I think
on this show it does, JB.
I know. I'm just saying, is it? I have no clue, right? If normally when guys are ranked that high, they don't fall to the 5th round, right? So was there something nefarious going on within the NFL, or was it that they kind of meaning his team's family, him and them kind of misjudged where he would be or how other teams looked at him? I have no clue. I'm still shocked that a player that Mel Kiper had for every round from the first round after the 3rd pick, Mel Kiper had him as his best available player.
Just hanging there.
Was just sitting.
So, in my opinion, I don't know. Maybe from his interviews, they rub some people the wrong way, or maybe it's because, like, someone who said that his completion percentage was so high because he just threw a lot of bubble screens and short passes. I don't know.
That's not true.
Oh, they did not watch any footage last year whatsoever.
Did you watch the video of him and Cam Ward together?
And they were talking trash to each other. And
Cam Ward said the same thing to him. It's like, oh man, you throwing like screens and stuff all day. Yeah, you ain't doing it long. But anyway, I have no idea, man. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see. This gives this kid a perfect spark to start his NFL career.
I hope so.
If anything is going to make you be able to come back and look at it, and you can be like, you know what, you drafted me 5th. Now I'm going to prove you wrong. This is his opportunity. So it could have been a blessing in disguise for the dude.
Could be.
Right. All right. Which one of y'all next on this?
I think JB. I mean, I went first last segment. I apologize for going next here, but I was really fired up.
I apologize.
I was really fired up about this on Thursday night, obviously, because I thought it was going to be a big night for Shedeur, honestly, and I was happy for the kid. I really was. He's a legacy of one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen of all time. And I personally saw some magical moments from this kid last year. So I went in and I was about to be very happy for whoever team took this kid early in the 1st round. And then it didn't happen. and then the next, so I was on night 1, let's say I was confused. Night 2 comes around. And we're rolling and we're rolling and we're rolling. And then the 3rd round comes and we're rolling and we're rolling. And I'm looking at teams down the stretch. Okay, maybe he could go here. Maybe you start playing that guessing game. And then I just started getting, for some reason, angry.
Buttons.
I was confused night 1. I was angry night 2. And then finally, obviously, the next day, I was elated that he finally went somewhere. Could you imagine if he actually went?
Which is probably why they told him don't go.
In person. It would have been brutal for this kid. Now, look, it could have been a wide variety of things. JB highlighted on some of them before. Some of his interviews may have leaked some bad things about his attitude or character things. I know this. I know what I saw with my eyes last year, and all these GMs know what they saw with their eyes last year. They made a mistake.
I just leave it to see it.
And he will show you whenever he starts at some point in his career. He will prove all these guys wrong that passed on him so many times.
Are you going to say we coming, Buttons?
Yeah, he's coming.
I remember. I just want to give you a refresher, Buttons. 2 years ago, you came on this show and you said Colorado We coming. And then the Buffs proceeded to get skull drug for like 8 games in a row.
But JB, last year, how many wins did they have, JB, last year?
Last year, they changed the narrative. They stepped up. I'm talking about just 2 years ago. You could have put the kibosh on them where you were like, they coming, JB, they coming. And then all of a sudden, you had Jabour from Oregon
if I'm not mistaken, JB, the year that I said that they were coming, they went over their win total for the year.
So well, I think
they went over. They went over.
Sure?
I believe.
I think it was like 3 wins at first.
Oh, okay.
So it was low.
Yeah.
I just remember the coach of Oregon saying, well, we playing for titles, they playing for clicks.
So like I said, in summary, JB, I was very confused. I was very angry. And then all of a sudden I was elated.
Yeah. Everybody was confused. I think a lot of the TV people and NFL personalities all had their own takes. But like anybody said, man, you can always, hindsight is 20/20. Like you always can go back and be like, oh, he couldn't have did this or did that. But you don't know, man. Like, the NFL, even though the players have their community and everything, the NFL owners, dude. That's the whole. That's a
fraternity.
That guy's different, bro. I mean, not different in a good way either.
I hope, JB. Look, JB. I hope. I was really torn up too, because I hope that this was not some sort of NFL owners getting together and
which they've done.
Let's teach him a lesson.
Doing that to this kid, because that would have been horrendous. I just hope it didn't happen. That's why I was so angry. But
yeah, I think no, I'm not a huge Shedeur guy. I feel like that comes across. But
if ever Buds likes somebody, Chris, you're not a huge fan of that guy.
But I will say, look, once it got to that level, I even was like, I was even feeling, that was a sucky moment for him. I think he probably anytime that we get superstars in sports, I'm not a big LeBron guy. We love to push them up and tear them down. That's just how our culture is for whatever reason.
It is.
And so I feel he probably got elevated by all of the publicity, probably a little higher than he probably should have been. And then, so I think that was one thing, is he was probably, Kiper had him really high, but most guys you were hearing more probably second round, late first to, in that range was kind of where he was going to fall. But I think everybody was, just because of the name of who he is, and that was what everybody was selling, and Deion was selling it hard.
Sell!
They were saying, we're going to be picking our teams. I think Deion probably has a way of like, this is how I went through mine, and this is how you go through it. But Deion is a different animal than this, because Deion was a top 5 pick. He didn't need, he said, oh, well, somebody was asking him, I forget who it was, but like, I think it was the Jets or something. And they said, well, this is when Deion was coming out. And he said,
Giants.
Oh, was it the Giants? And he's like, well, it doesn't matter, because I'm not even going to be there when they're drafting anyway.
The Wonderlic
way
test.
that Deion can say, but where Shedeur is getting away. So I feel like one probably bumped up a little higher as far as what the hype was. So then there's that letdown there. Now, all of a sudden, if you have some bad interviews, there's only a certain amount of teams that needed quarterbacks. And now all of a sudden you're knocking the Giants out. You're knocking with bad interviews. You're now taking those people who are just going, you know what? He's off our board now. So you're limiting who wants to take you even.
They sell it.
And then I feel like because of his play style of he's very fit dependent to me. He's going to be a guy who could light it up, but I don't think he's just going to be a guy like, oh, this guy can go and play anywhere. I feel like he's going to have a coach who works with him, a high IQ, quick game. Like, he's not a massive cannon. He's not a great athlete. So
Chris will be traveling on him.
Well, what I'm saying is, there's, like we've said, guys like Goff. Goff makes it work. There's plenty of good quarterbacks. Drew Brees is one of the greats of all time. He's not a guy who has just an absolute cannon. But Drew Brees found a perfect fit for him. So then I'm saying is that Now
his coach, man. It was his coach.
Now you're because he's now fit oriented. There's other teams that are just taking him off the board, but I do feel like there's probably a little bit of we want to show this kid, we're going to tell him he's not bigger than the NFL, because there's no way you're telling me that he shouldn't have been at least a 3rd round pick.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, even when I watch like that QB school, he put Shedeur as his second guy, and he watched every single game of his, and he's saying, I think he's a second guy. He's saying probably 2nd or 3rd, but no way he's saying 5th round. So I feel like it happened with that Nico kid at Tennessee. Coaches said, you know what, we need to make it, and I think that they're trying to say that was with Dion or with Shedeur that, you know what, I don't care if he's this level of talent, he's not going to come in here and act like, you know, he's bigger than the NFL or bigger than us. So it's a humbling experience for him. Yeah. But I feel like he actually, in the end, Cleveland was one of the teams everybody was saying was a really good fit because Stefanski has gotten Cousins.
Why they draft Dylan Gabriel though? Like it's crazy.
Because they're Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't get that, but I do think as a fit, that's a perfect fit for him. And he probably does need to be humbled a little bit, but hopefully he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think he's a high IQ guy who could make it work. He's played in cold weather. He's got, they're a quick game type of team, so I feel like it's at the end of the day, this is a good fit for him. And maybe it's the best thing for him as far as, because maybe he can sit and learn and, I know
from Joe Flacco
early, but I feel like to me,
But's
I feel like
beat out Joe Flacco.
Beat him out.
He might, and that's the thing is that I think there is a position where if he goes to a team that's like, if say in the 5th round he falls to Kansas City or a team like that, he's not going to play for a long time.
Oh, forever. So, Kansas City has been a wrap. It's been over.
I mean, this is the best fit for him. If you said where in the 5th round can I go and actually get a shot? Cleveland's probably number 1 on the list of places to play within maybe them or Seattle.
All right. Quick question, Buttons. Before Joey tells us his side, yep. How did you feel about him getting his jersey retired with a 13-12 record?
There should have been a handful of guys before him with their jersey retired. That is my opinion. I'm okay with retiring his jersey.
What?
But
our society has changed.
Before you retire his jersey, there is a handful of guys that need their jersey retired before him.
Yeah, from Colorado. I got you.
Correct.
Yeah, some good players, but still
really good players that have won bowls.
Yeah, but we giving out we giving out jersey retirements.
JB. He took Colorado from down here, and he raised it up here again.
Tim Tebow's isn't even retired.
That's a travesty of justice.
Yeah, so I think he probably has to wait in line. But hey,
oh wow!
I mean, he did make Colorado. They made Colorado.
I'm telling you, that's why they. I mean, well, they did it. We all know why they did it because of Dion. But to me, he took Colorado from down here in the cesspool.
I mean, they're
all the way back up here.
They were must-see TV last year.
Yep.
They
last 2 years.
They definitely were.
So, Joey, what do you got?
Shedeur.
He's tired.
Do I think that there may have been some sort of agreement between the owners? Absolutely. They've done it before. They will do it again.
They were like,
do I think that there is maybe a possible conspiracy? Is this a reaction to what is happening with NIL in college football? I think possibly. I think this may be a reaction to the wild, wild west, quote unquote, wild, wild west of college football, NIL deals, players getting paid, the whole Nico thing, trying to get out of his contract to get more because not necessarily.
Did the UCLA quarterback go to Tennessee?
Yes, he did. No, wait a minute.
He did. The UCLA quarterback was there.
Went
Transferred to Tennessee.
Okay. I think that it would not surprise me if they were reacting to, I mean, because that's, if you're an informed citizen of, and you enjoy college football, most people probably think that college football is out of control with how NIL deals are.
Basketball is too. It's all out of control.
A lot of them do.
There's no regulations.
But the owners are making stupid money, and they're going to continue to make stupid money.
Just like the NCAA is making stupid money. The conferences is making stupid money.
So it would not surprise me if this was a reaction to, let's teach one of these kids who has this NIL money that you don't do things like that here. It would not surprise me.
Sanders didn't even need NIL money. He got Deion Sanders money.
That would not surprise me at all. However, if the word about Shedeur's interview with Daboll is true, then he should be ashamed, because you're in a job interview. And if you watch Hard Knocks, Daboll is I will give him that, Chris, that he develops quarterbacks really, really well. Yes, they messed up with Daniel Jones. He did get the most out of him. But if you watch Hard Knocks, he brought in every single quarterback and just threw situations at them. And every single one of them seemed like they were prepared for what Daboll was throwing onto them. I particularly remember the Jayden Daniels. He just throwing things at him. And Jayden Daniels seemed to handle things really, really well. And from what I read, Shedeur came not prepared at all. And it sounded like he embarrassed himself. And it sounded like from that he didn't treat it like this is a job interview. There, as we all know, if you mess up with picking the wrong quarterback, it will set you back. Look at us. We are behind. We haven't had one since Eli. We haven't had a dependable one since then. So they're not going to just because your last name is Sanders and your pops is you know who, they're not going to just automatically draft you. You have to take it, and you have to take it in a serious manner. And Shedeur thinks just because he threw 65 touchdowns in 2 years in the Big 12 conference that, oh yeah, the Giants are going to draft me. It doesn't work like that. He did say that if there were some things that he would do different.
Did he post a picture of his shoes? Shoes for the Giants?
Yes, yes, he did. And the Giants were after him. I really think that if Russell Wilson, if they did not sign him, I really think that they would have gone
in lieu of the interview.
In lieu of that, yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
All right. There you go.
Lesson learned.
Shedeur Sanders, who will be drafting him in our Dynasty Superflex? Bud looking around like, not that.
You can let him slide. Don't worry about it.
I ain't hungry. Bud's like, I ain't hungry, JB. I'm not hungry. All right. Speaking of Dynasty. All right, we ready. I hope Joey's ready. I hope you guys are ready. I actually wrote my picks down. I know Bud wrote his down like 2 days ago. Even before Chris even put the list out. Bud was like, who are my top 12 Dynasty draft
guys in case Chris sends me this.
Yeah. I got it. He's already ready to pounce on it. All right. So what I did was I went ahead and I posted the Fantasy Pros top 12. And we got Genty at 1, Hampton, Hunter, McMillan, Henderson, Judkins, Rebecca, Warren, Caleb Johnson, Loveland, Harvey, and Golden. Okay. All right. Now, This is our the Fantasy Pros Dynasty rookie rankings. This is not Superflex rookie rankings, just Dynasty rookie rankings. So we're not doing Superflex, because if it was Superflex, you would see that there would be at least one QB on here. It'd probably be Cam Ward. But our rankings. So Buttons, who do you have at number 12 on your rankings, Buttons?
So just to confirm, JB, because I may need to redo those. we're not doing it for our league. We're doing it in general.
In general,
Yeah, in
I think
general.
Chris said, Chris' words were, don't base it on your team's needs. Just rank it based on overall rankings.
I
So
mean,
that's
the
why
thing
I
is,
did
I
not
guess
do.
if you wanted, I mean, I would say the only quarterback in it would be Ward anyway in here, right? In the top 12. So
Yeah,
I mean, you could make it a super flex. It's not, I mean, you could just
No.
in there.
We just gonna keep it just dynasty,
All
just
right,
dynasty draft,
Yeah, no
just these the new young bucks. And if you want to have multiple QBs in it, you want to go 2 tights, you want to go 5 wides, 2 running backfields, do what you got to do. All right, here we go. Buzz, who is your 12th guy?
Number 12, JB, for me is going to be Cam Skattebo.
Scat to
Underrated.
I got Skate Boo. Well, I'll spell it back. All right, Chris, who you got?
So I have Cam Ward here as my 12. I feel like even in a 1 quarterback, still worth it.
Okay. 1 quarterback going to the Titans. Does he have weapons? He does have Calvin Ridley, and he does have the tight end. Okay. All right. Got Tony Pollard too, and the other running back. Okay, Joey, who you got here?
JB, I'm going to take Caleb Johnson.
K. Johnson, the running back for the Steelers. There's two. They have a quarterback yet in Pittsburgh?
Not yet.
They drafted Will Howard, didn't they?
They did.
That's Chris's boy. All right, JB. I took Luther Burden. I think Luther Burden has a chance to do some work here, damage. Of course, with rookie wide receivers, it all depends on opportunities. Somebody get hurt. Look at your boy from Jacksonville. If Christian Kirk doesn't get hurt, there's no way he's balling like that this year. There's just no way. Okay. All right. So at my 11th guy, I have the running back from Denver because does Denver have a running back? They got rid of Williams.
They got McLaughlin and
the other running back is small. And they got the kid from Notre Dame who is like Button said, he's
Yeah.
He's on my fantasy. I don't think he didn't do diddly poo last year.
Diddly poo.
Diddly poo. All right. That's a nice word. Diddly poo. Okay. As they say in the streets, it's getting late early. Hey,
Joe, you're up. Who you got?
This is number 11. I'm going to take number 11. I'll also take RJ Harvey.
Okay, Harvey there. Alrighty. Chris, who you got here?
I'm going Egbuka because I don't necessarily love the fit there. He's at Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. He's with a Hall of Famer. So I feel like he's got a couple years before I think he really explodes. I just don't love the fit. I feel like he would be much higher if he got a better.
I mean, he's really going to a situation where he could be the 4th receiver. Because the guy they had last year, he's already had so much. He already has so much like chemistry with Baker. I mean, it's he's gonna have to just come in there and just really impress, or unless if Chris Godwin does not start the season off 100%, he can have an impact. But I don't know if it's gonna be a lasting.
Well, because really that's who he is. He's a Chris Godwin type, and so basically maybe they don't think Godwin's healthy. Mm-hmm, I mean, obviously he had the big injury last year, so
yeah. All right. At number 11, who you got, Buttons?
I got Luther Burden here.
Okay. NBA It's Burden, man. The beginning of the year, they were talking about him being the number 1 draft, number 1 receiver, man. It's crazy. He didn't have a good year statistically. Year, no, he did not have a good year.
The talent's still there, though. He should
be still there. Yeah. Number 10, Buttons.
Number 10, I've got RJ Harvey.
Harvey. Okay. The UCF running back. Did he the wide receiver? Was that what I read about him?
Oh, yeah. I know he has really good hands. Give me Golden here. Another guy, questionable fit just because of you never know with Green Bay.
Oh yeah, I mean Green Bay. I mean, it's what Green
The
Bay.
problem is that you just can't count on which one's going to be the number one each week.
They got 4 guys right now. 4. They got 4 guys. Then they got 5.
Yeah.
And they're all the same.
And they'll still play Melton. They'll play Melton. Right? They'll play him too.
Is they had Kraft, right? He played well last year. That's another.
He wasn't even their highest draft pick.
Well, they had Musgrave.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, they just got a lot of mouths to feed there.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. You know, and then hopefully they will go back to the same formula and feed Josh Jacobs. That'd be good.
I mean, he had a heck of a year, so I would think they would.
Yeah, just give him one more year of getting fed. All right. Joey?
JB, I'm gonna go Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren.
He's really, really good, and they're gonna find a way to get him going early.
Is he on the Colts?
He is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He can, yeah. The Colts are. When's the last time the Colts had a real decent? They had that one dude that I forgot his name, at tight end. He just caught touchdowns, good blocker.
Mo Alley Cox, JB?
No, not the former basketball player known as Mo Alley Cox. No. This guy played for the Colts about 2 or 3 years ago, and he was like a top 12 fantasy tight end.
I know, Dallas Clark.
Oh. No. He played when Eli was there. That's what I'm saying. They haven't had a real recognizable tight end in a minute. I'm going to look it up here while y'all doing y'all picks and tell you who it is. Forgot his name.
Jack Doyle?
Jack Doyle.
Oh,
that's who it was.
Goodness.
That's you remember the Buffalo Bills Colts game in the snow?
Jack Doyle.
Jack Doyle was the only one that caught a tight end, caught a touchdown in the game.
So he was a 2-time All-Pro, it says.
No, he was not. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler, Chris.
I'm sorry, 2-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
There is a big difference there.
All right. So my number 10, I took Loveland. Tight end. Okay, I believe he's playing for another tight end hungry team. Was it the Jets?
No, he's on the Bears.
The Bears. I was a little confused by that.
Okay. This is why. Okay, then
another one with a lot of mouths to feed.
I know why I like this pick, though. Right? Ben Johnson is why I like this pick. Ben Johnson will get his receivers and he will get his good players the ball.
They ran, because I was watching recently, they were talking and they ran they run a lot of 2 tight end sets anyway. Ben Johnson does. The other guy is more of a blocking guy at Detroit, but still, I think he's a guy who will get his guys involved anyway. And he obviously already has it set up where 2 tight ends is a thing. So
I'm telling you, I mean, for a tight end, what are we looking for? Every tight end not going to give you my Brock Bowers production. They're not.
But you now have 2.
You're looking for a guy who's going to give you 600 yards, 5 or 6 touchdowns. That's a good tight end right there. The lower end. So he got a chance to be that good. I mean, Chicago's going to be a lot better this year offensively than they were last year. I think they have better direction. So I'm looking forward to. All right. At number 9, I got Egbuka here. I do believe that he should make some kind of impact in this team because the talent is there. They want to pass the rock, and Chris Godwin is coming off a gruesome injury. So we'll see how that goes down. And plus, this is dynasty. So Chris Godwin has a shelf life. And so pretty soon,
both of them are
Mike
up there.
Evans. So you're gonna need this guy to step up and take these guys' place and be a top receiver for Baker, because Baker got about 5 or 6 more years where he's playing.
True.
Joey, you're up.
Mike Evans has 5 or 6 more years, according to Chris.
He may Buttons.
It don't matter, Buttons. Buttons, look. You see my hand? You see this movement?
Lock him in,
JB. Lock it in. Yeah.
Go and give him his bust right
Lock
there.
him in.
Go ahead and give him a bust right now.
Give him that jacket. Give him that jacket
right now.
A jacket and a bust.
Yeah. JB, I'll take Matthew Golden here.
Golden. This must be a homer pick.
Someone's gotta take that number one.
Someone, it's up for grabs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's not going Joey. It's not going to be Golden. Okay, it's not. Sorry.
We'll see, JB.
Give me Loveland here. The only thing that scares me is another team with a lot of mouths to feed. It looks like so. It seems like a big thing early on here.
But you talk, we gotta remember, right? This is what we gotta remember when we say in mouths to feed. We're talking about dynasty. We're not talking about these guys. We're not talking about are they gonna make an immediate impact on our fantasy team? We're talking about 2 or 3 years from now. Will they be impact players?
I think the thing that scares me here with Loveland is Bears. They've got Burden. DJ Moore's only 28.
Burton.
You have to play the long game.
Yo, Chris, you say Burden.
Burden, yeah.
Who?
Well, I'm saying Luther Burden there. They've got Loveland. And
yeah. Okay.
They've got Burden, Loveland, and DJ Moore's only 28. He feels like he's been in the league forever, but
and they got old boy.
And Komet. So that's just a lot of guys.
Komet's gonna be gone. Right? Komet's gonna be gone. Right? They getting rid of Komet. And then they're gonna get rid of what's his name? The slot receiver, Allen.
Keenan Allen. I mean, I will say Ben Johnson has found a way to make a ton of guys fantasy relevant in Detroit. Look at how many
Detroit
really high level guys.
They had St. Brown, they had Jameson Williams, they had the tight end.
Laporta. They had 2 running backs.
Every once in a while, another receiver would blow up in a game.
And they had the 2 running backs. That's a lot of guys. They were able to do it. So yeah, I mean, I think if the guy who could do it is him, it seems like.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who you got here, Buttons?
Igbuka at number 9, JB, and then number 8, I have Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren, okay. Tyler Warren. Who was making that phone call from Glen Allen? Was it Loveland or Warren, Chris?
That was Warren. Warren.
Okay, yeah. From Glen Allen. He went to. You said he went to Heritage.
He went to Atlee.
Atlee. Okay, Atlee.
Did you see that Buttons on draft night? He was drafting from Richmond, from Glen Allen.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because he lived in Virginia.
Okay.
Went to Atlee down in that area. Give me Warren here. I feel like maybe I think he has the best chance of becoming the Bowers blow up, especially if Anthony Richardson needs a tight end with the way he's been playing.
He needs to complete a pass. 60.
All right, Joey, what you got here, Joey?
Yeah, he definitely does that.
JB, I will take Igbuka here also.
Okay. That's a mistake. That's right. And no, not Joey. Tomorrow, me typing Z there. No, not Joey. Not Joey's
One
pick.
Too high on him.
Yeah, right here. I got Caleb Johnson. Right. I think the give me the Najee Harris, and I mean the Steelers are going to have to lean on a running game again. They're going to have to. They don't have a quarterback right now. They started the year off started Mason Rudolph or Will Howard. It's a wrap. Or if they bring in Aaron Rodgers, they better run the ball, or it's a wrap again. All right. And number 7, go with our first QB. I got Cam Ward. Right? Maybe he will revigorate that big kid, the receiver for the Titans that they drafted number 1 to try to replace AJ Brown. I forgot his name.
Burks, JB.
Here you go. Maybe he'll revive Burks. He got Ridley. He'll have some weapons. I mean, hey, can't be. I mean, he's the number 1 pick. You got to do something. Okay, hopefully. All right. Joey.
This is number.
It's number 7, Joey.
Number 7, JB. I'm going to take Travion
Henderson. Okay.
But I would think you'd have been super high on him. You're
I
lower
am,
than
but
consensus.
It's always.
there's some
I'm
others.
surprised.
Yeah,
I thought he would have made like a top 4 pick.
He's trying to get Joey to change his pick.
I definitely looked, Chris.
I'm just surprised on that one. All right, I'm gonna take Harvey here.
Okay.
I definitely want as we said, more bites on the apple on running backs, because I feel like if you hit on one of them, you're good, but you need a lot of chances to try to hit on that guy. So
Okay.
I'm more likely trying to hit on a bunch of running backs and just playing the numbers.
What's the over and under on the guy in our league, Ben, drafting Warner Loveland this year?
Oh yeah, that guy's how I said bites at the apple for running backs, he says bites at the apple for tight ends. He wants both of them.
I swear, man. But
But I don't like that kind of stuff. All right, buddy, who you got here?
I'm gonna get Caleb Johnson here as well.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take Judkins at number 6.
Judkins, right? Judkins is going to be the main guy in the Browns backfield. Okay. The other guy, Nick Chubb gone. He the new Nick Chubb. All right. He got number 6, Buttons.
Judkins.
My fault, Buttons. It's getting late early.
Yeah.
It happens. All right. Chris?
I'll take Caleb Johnson here.
K. Johnson. Okay. We like us some K. Johnson here. K. Johnson seems like he could be a factor in the fantasy world.
Well, Warren, to me, never feels like he gets more than like 15 touches total, 10, maybe 10 to 15. So he's going to have a good amount of touches.
There's touches, though. Sometimes touches be coming in clutch.
Yep. I mean, I think he's good with the touches, but he just feels like he always gets dinged up if they ever give him.
Oh, yeah. He ain't no 3-down workhorse. No, sir.
Yeah, so I feel like they need that guy. So Caleb Johnson I feel like he just slides right in there.
Maybe I'll take Cam Ward here.
All right. Joey?
Cam Ward, please.
Who? Oh, Ward. Okay.
Yes.
All right. At number 6, I'm going with Warren. If he's playing for the Colts need to no. Warren is playing for who now?
He's on the Colts.
He's on the Colts.
Okay, good. All right, yes. They're gonna need some help for that guy. And then if not that guy, Daniel Jones, the starter. Okay. Joey's guy.
Hopefully not for my dynasty.
All right, for number 5, I got Travis Hunter. And like Chris said, if Travis Hunter can be a cornerback but still have receiver
Joey,
rights.
if you could have him as your corner and he could play both, like a Taysom Hill type, would you take him over Genty at 1? He would be a cheat code. He'd be the greatest fantasy defensive player ever.
Joey, he is trying to trick you. Do not listen to this nonsense.
We're gonna have to try. We're gonna have to figure out how Yahoo is going to classify him.
I think he is going to be like
Shohei, right?
Yeah, he's going to be 2 separate players, basically.
Exactly.
You almost have to be, because if not, then he could single-handedly win you a league every year, because
correct.
He's getting you 20. He could get you 20 extra points as a defensive player.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Isn't that pitcher from Kansas City also like that? But I never see him hitting Lorenzo. Lorenzen.
No, Lorenzen. But
he says
doesn't
pitcher
really hit
on
that
right.
He's not like Ohtani level.
No. All right.
No
cheat code for him. Okay, Joey, who you got here?
JB, I'll join you and go on Travis Hunter here.
Oh, you joining me? Okay.
Oh, geez, you guys.
Wow.
Buds must got Hunter high. I believe Buds got Sanders on here somewhere. He could try to surprise us. Okay, Chris, who you got here?
Give me Give me. Oh, geez, I think I made a mistake.
Oh,
I just
boy.
counted my dudes.
But
My goodness.
Oh, dang it!
I
Now
know the
I'm
feeling.
missing.
I know the feeling. I think I made a mistake tonight on Steph Curry, but on Steph
yeah.
Curry, it happens.
So now I got to figure out who I don't want.
No.
Give me Judkins.
Okay. Judkins. All right. Buttons. 5 and 4.
Tet McMillan, number 5.
Stepping into a good situation. I mean, the Panthers really have a number 1 right now?
Yeah, good situation for him. Definitely a top 5
He's
pick.
He's the one who doesn't have mouths to feed there.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then number 4, Travion Henderson.
Oh, Henderson. Big play. Henderson could literally be Gibbs 2.0.
Home run hitter right there. Definitely.
Yeah, Gibbs 2.0.
Reggie
Easily.
Bush.
Reggie Bush?
Reggie Bush.
No. I'll go.
He's fast, JB.
I know that.
He is fast.
Give me Henderson.
Chris is discombobulated, y'all. He's like,
I mean, I'm already screwed, so now I'm basically like, one of the high guys is going to be off my board.
Said he's screwed. Okay, who you got here, Joey?
JB here. I'm going to go McMillan.
McMillan.
Ted.
Mother. I'm going McMillan too here at number 4. Number 3, I'm going home run hitter. Gibbs 2.0. I'm going Travion Henderson, the kid from around the corner from where I live.
Travion.
All right. Who you got here?
Number 3, I'm going to go Hampton. Omarion.
Hampton. Okay. I'm going to have Hampton up there on my board because I think Hampton's in a situation where he's going to share the backfield, but I made a mistake. There you go. I say it out loud.
Give me everyone's making a mistake. Yeah, give me McMillan. I basically have left Hunter off. Which he would have been my lowest guy, and I actually had him about 6, but I didn't mean to leave him off. So
I'm going to take Hampton here, JB, at 3 as well, and then I'm going to go Travis Hunter at 2.
I'm still not sold on Travis Hunter, but I'm sold on him more than Golden.
All right, so you had Hampton at 3.
Yep.
And Hunter
at 2.
At 2. Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
So give me Hampton here.
Okay.
And Genty's left off Chris's list.
That's right. Whoops.
Dang.
I'll take Judkins here, JB.
I'm all in on Oakland or Las Vegas being bad. So
no way. There's no way you left Genty off, Chris.
No, I mean I would have had to choose at some. Once I knew I basically was having.
I left Hampton off, which clearly was a mistake, but it is what it is.
Genty, JB.
Genty. Everybody's going Genty here, right?
Yeah,
yep.
Genty.
Definitely.
Genty. But sometimes when you make mistakes when you're young. All right, so the consensus looks like we all had.
True, JB.
Huh?
Very true.
All right, Pace. We all got Genty. All right, Hampton 1, 2, 3. Hunter's here. Judkins. Y'all tell me. Okay, here we go. These numbers. So Hampton has a 2, 3, and a 3, so that would give me 8. Judkins has a 2 and a 2, 4, and a 5, 9. So we'll go Hampton.
Okay.
What about Tet?
Oh no, Tet would be on this next line. Possibly. All right, let's see.
It'll be Tet or.
All right, so we got Judkins here, Judkins here, Judkins here. We got Tet. Maybe no, because Judkins would be
go.
Judkins would be Judkins is 2-2. That's 4, 5, 9. That's 15. Tet is 5, 9,
13,
13,
16.
16.
So it would be Judkins.
Judkins, I guess.
It's going to go Judkins, McMillan, probably then Hunter.
Yeah.
Then Henderson, probably.
Trevion.
McMillan. Okay. So number 5, Hunter.
I mean, 2. I don't have Hunter, but I would have had him in the 5-6 range, probably.
Okay. Hunter, Henderson. Joey had Henderson. It got to be Henderson, then Hunter.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we talking about because 4 of us had Henderson, only 3 of us had Hunter, so it's only fair, right? Now for number 6, first guy that pops up,
it's probably Johnson.
Johnson is here. He's
and then
there.
Warren, Johnson, and Warren are the next 2.
Warren is more consistent. Warren is 16.
So go 16, Warren, Johnson probably.
Yeah.
30. And Johnson would be, is he Johnson? Johnson is up here at 12.
Right.
Right here.
Lose him back probably right after then. Warren.
Yeah. So Warren, say Warren. Anybody up here that? Oh yeah. And then would it be Johnson or
Egbuka?
Egbuka, like he got Johnson.
Yeah, which is probably more consensus anyway.
Right, look, Egbuka is here. He's here and he's here. Johnson, but Johnson is 12. So we'll go
Egbuka, Johnson, probably Harvey, Loveland.
Matt Harvey.
Notice I came back, cut to 6.
Okay.
All right, and
that's
then
probably Johnson there.
We say K. Johnson.
And then it's probably Loveland and Harvey. Everybody has Harvey. Harvey's next.
Everybody has Harvey?
Everybody has Harvey, Yep, definitely.
And so Harvey.
Then now there's Golden. Does everyone have no?
Nope.
Not everyone has Golden. Not everyone has Loveland. It's basically Golden, Loveland, Ward, or Burden.
Yep.
Ward
is in 3 lists.
Who is Ward?
Yeah. Ward should probably be on there. He's not on my
probably be Ward and then probably Loveland, probably.
Yeah.
It's a Ward and Loveland, all right.
There we go.
All right. We got ours. Fantasy Pros has theirs. And we all have to
get theirs.
There we go. Squared away.
We're super high on Judkins.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I think Judkins is in a good situation because of the quarterbacks. You got Flacco, and then you got the rookies.
Well, also you got who's there? I mean, Ford, right, is still there.
Yeah. And I think that's it. I mean, Ford and maybe Foreman. Who knows? He could be there. All right. I don't know if y'all checked my thing, but I guess this next one's gonna be real quick. I put on here nonsense, and then I put on here more nonsense. Right? Okay. So here's the nonsense. Right? There's a thing going around in the web. 100 men versus a gorilla. Now, first of all, you tell me 100. Who gonna be the first person to get destroyed?
Oh my goodness!
So somebody gotta be the first. Okay, this is what a guy said. I saw this guy said. I saw this. I seen this on the web a couple of times. One guy said, okay, he's dealt with primates and silverback gorillas, and he said that the first like 10, 20 guys will get Swiss cheesed up.
Swiss cheese out there, JB.
Like, body parts pulled out, just Swiss cheese. And he pulls out the skull on this thing. The skull's like this. The thing got a pair of teeth this long.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The first, like those guys are getting it back. Then he said that then the gorilla may get tired and then you go overwhelm them. But still, you're gonna tell me who is going to be the first people?
Yeah.
That lay on the line.
Well, I feel that would be the problem, right? Is if you saw, like, just say you're in the third wave of guys and you saw what he did to the first wave. The only way you're going to beat the gorilla is everybody working.
Chris, at that point, I'm doing two things. I'm looking around like the Hawk shooters.
Where's the exit?
And then the second thing I'm saying is, no! And I'm running. I am not getting destroyed like that.
I think, to me, so how many guys do you think, if the 100 guys work together, you think Buttons, you're saying you don't think
Chris, the first 40 to 50, they're dead.
And that's it. That's a wrap. I'm telling you right now, unless one of these dudes pulls out a 6-shooter, it's a wrap.
You're telling me there's no way. I would feel like 50 guys would. I feel like 75.
It's all hand-to-hand combat.
What can you?
Hand-to-hand.
I mean, you cannot do anything to even if you had. If you were able to even get 4 or 5 guys on top of this gorilla, what can they do to it?
What about power lifters?
It down.
Say what he's gonna do.
Nothing.
He's gonna grab one guy's leg and start beating everybody with that guy.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
I feel like if you just had enough guys dogpiling.
No, there's no way. Chris,
right.
There's no way.
But Chris,
power lifters though.
The price you're going to pay.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to lose tremendous. A lot of guys.
It is.
At that point, he's tired. I feel like if you just climb on and then just hope you can suffocate.
Who's volunteering to be the front line soldier?
No way. I'm way back.
Absolutely.
Even your biggest, strongest men are going to get destroyed.
They said they're like, what are they, 12 times or 20 times stronger than a person?
Dude,
wow.
Have you ever seen this? Have you seen a chimp before?
Oh yeah, I mean even they're super strong.
Do you know that a chimp is probably half the size of a man? We'll rip your arms out.
Remember they ripped that. Remember that one chimp that there was a lady had it as a pet, and it ripped her face.
She was like, give me your face.
Nicolas Caged her.
He was like, give me your face.
You're thinking, so all right, so let's go. Buttons, you say no men survive.
No men. Even if it was, you could give them 200 men. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Joey, what do you think?
If it would have to be power lifters. If it was 100 power lifters, I think there's a slightly better chance.
Exactly. They're still getting run through.
What if Randy Orton is there sneaking up from behind?
Randy Orton getting his neck broke.
I feel like
Apex Predator. We're fine.
Once he wraps his arms around the Ape's neck, Ape's gonna grab his hand.
He wouldn't even
break his arm off.
He wouldn't even see it coming.
And beat him with it.
It would
out of nowhere.
He would not see it. Am I the only one who thinks I'm thinking 75 to 50 die?
What?
Yes. Everybody.
We win.
Yeah. Listen.
And then you win?
You say.
Yeah.
So the gorilla's going to go through 50 to 75, and then he's going to have only 25 more, and those 25 lucky guys are going to get the job done.
Someone at that point, how hard is it to break a gorilla's neck?
A gorilla.
You can't even get your hands around him.
Neck like Mike Tyson.
Thanos type stuff right now. Like, there's no way you getting your arms around a gorilla neck.
Neck like Mike Tyson.
I just feel like if everyone worked together, circled him.
All right. Okay, here we go. All right. So more nonsense. Introducing, like I said, the buy and sell moment. We buying and sell. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things you get to buy or sell. Nothing else. You cannot say the reason you're buying or selling. Let's start with the first thing. A mountain silverback gorilla versus 100 men. You buying or selling buttons?
Am I buying or selling the gorilla?
Yes.
Buy. Heavy buy.
Joey.
Buy, JB.
All right,
unless it's power lifters.
Sell.
Tell Wilson
Randy Orton is there, as long as Randy Orton is in that 100. Give me Cena just
all right. So okay. All right, here we go. The Popeyes pickled chicken sandwich. Are you buying or selling, Chris?
I've had it. Buy.
Okay.
Buy.
Okay, Joey.
I'm going to sell it, JB.
Sell.
Not as pickly as you'd think.
Hey, Buttons, what about you?
I've had it. Sell.
Sell. Ooh. Okay. All right.
Man, you guys, I'm not on the same page with you guys at all.
Here we go. Here we go. OKC winning the West. Chris.
Buy.
Joey.
Buy. They've sold me.
All right. Buttons.
Sell.
Oh.
You said sell. All right.
Tell Wilson to sell.
All right, here we go. The Boston Celtics sweeping the Knicks. Chris.
I mean, they will win, but sell. They're not sweeping. Gentlemen.
Selling. Joey. Go ahead, Joey.
Tell Wilson to sell.
Go on, Mortimer.
Okay, Buds.
He's flipping it.
All right. All right, here we go. Joey, Chris, everybody. The New York Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh,
Buttons.
My God. Sell.
Sell.
Joey.
Sell.
Oh, unanimous.
Here we go.
We
everybody,
need a bench.
That's our first buy
There it
and
is.
sell.
Love
We need
that.
a bench.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
like that. That was good.
The floor is yours.
Appreciate that, JB. Fellas, well, as you know, the story of the day/week has been the Lakers' slow start, mid-year rise, and fall this season. Also, a lot of talk about the trade has creeped into a little bit of the discussions as well, but as it turns out, Luka and LeBron, just like the Mavericks, didn't make it to the month of May either. The Lakers' first season, more of a half of a season really, with Luka Doncic, is in place of Anthony Davis, lasted 5 games longer than the Mavericks season did. Now, this is not a poo-poo on the Lakers for tonight. On the contrary, it's a Buttons minute of hope and future tidings for Lakers fans. Look, it's not good when a 3 seed loses to a 6 seed, but keep in mind that LA won 1 more game than Minnesota this season. Okay. The entire playoff field behind OKC was bunched from 52 to 48 wins, so there are no upsets in the West other than someone beating the Thunder, and that's not going to happen for at least a little while. In his final game of the season, Luka went for 28, 7, and 9. Yes, he is a liability on defense, and no one has suggested otherwise. But anytime Rudy Gobert dominates for 27 and 24, we know something has unspooled and we have flown back in time.
Right.
Gobert is a player Luka erased from a playoff series against Utah and Minnesota in recent years with just minimal help from the center position. The Lakers, on the other hand, they have no center.
None.
Rather, they have Jackson Hayes,
Clinch.
who should be a backup center, but played minimal minutes in the first 4 games before sitting the entire game 5.
He kept showing him on the camera. I'm like, why do you keep showing this guy?
Lakers coach J.J. Redick actually played Maxi Kleber on Wednesday.
First game back.
His first action since playing for Dallas in January.
First game back.
But that didn't press pause in Gobert's Bill Russell-esque performance. But cheer up, Lakers fans. The Lakers did not trade for Luka to win in 2025. Why they rescinded the trade they made for Charlotte center Mark Williams at the deadline is beyond me. He's 7 feet tall, monster, averaging 15 and 10 rebounds for the Hornets. Regardless, Doncic played the second half Wednesday after taking a hard foul from Dante DiVincenzo, and he scored 16 of his 28 after getting treatment at halftime. And for the night, he and LeBron scored or assisted on 84 of the Lakers' 96 points.
Wow.
Showtime is a 2-man show, but it needs more than that and surely will be, especially after LeBron retires and the Lakers are retooled with Luka as the centerpiece. For all his health issues and defensive shortcomings, he showed at 23 he could orchestrate a Game 7 road blowout of a Phoenix Suns team that was a defending conference champion. At 25, he showed he could be the best player on the floor in a series with the Oklahoma City Thunder and Minnesota.
True.
Again, winning huge road games in both. He won't play to 40 like LeBron, but who does? The Lakers have almost a decade to figure out how to add to their massive collection of banners with Luka.
True.
But the Buttons bottom line is this.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
I quote an early Aaron Rodgers quote when I say, relax, Lakers fans. You have years of greatness ahead, but a nickel's worth of free advice. Go get Brook Lopez or Miles Turner pronto in the offseason, or you will be doomed once again next season come playoff time.
Do not get Brook Lopez old ass. You don't need him.
You got to have somebody. You have to have somebody, Jay.
Nick, they can get Nick Clack, anybody.
You got to have
RELAX.
Miles Turner would be obviously ideal.
Oh, Miles Turner is not leaving Indiana. Not for anything. Well, who knows? I don't know. Indiana, who they gonna give Indiana? Rui Hachimura? They got plenty of those there in Indiana.
He's a free agent.
Indiana, you want Gabe Vincent?
Miles Turner's a free agent.
Oh my.
He is?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Decent center.
Is he restricted or unrestricted?
I believe both Brook and him are unrestricted.
Oh, okay. Brook Lopez.
They got to have somebody, JB. They have to.
I know.
Yeah, but you're saying, can Brook Lopez put them over?
I mean, the Blazers got 2-3 centers they don't even use. They got Ayton and Williams. They don't even use those guys.
The Time Lord.
Time Lord. Yeah, what happened to the time?
They could really just trade for Mark Williams again.
I feel like they're just they're stuck until LeBron leaves, is my opinion. I think they're just
gotta have a big man, Chris. They have to.
Who are they gonna trade for those guys though? Austin Reeves?
No, they can't trade him.
Why not?
No.
It don't be Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves, he played like dog.
But if you got Austin Reeves, you got 2 guys who are defensive liabilities.
That's true.
Usually when you got a guy who is not a good guard or other 4 guys, these can play some defense.
Yeah.
Miles Turner is a free agent.
Yeah.
Unrestricted?
Looks like unrestricted.
Oh wow, okay.
Did remember a couple of years ago when Terrence Mann put up like 40 on Rory in the Utah Jazz?
He did. hitting corner threes.
Oh my God. Wow. But last night, man, he looked like the second coming of Shaq out there, man. He was killing him.
He was crushing them.
How many dunks did he have? It's like all kind of dunks.
He was just absolutely crushing them.
All right.
Quellished them.
Clint Capella.
Yeah.
Capella's washed, man. He's
Yeah.
washed.
That'll
He's
fit
better
in.
than Jackson Hayes.
Maybe they get the kid from Duke somehow.
Yeah. Great lob guy.
Yeah, you know what? But we know what Luka needs. He needs somebody to protect his behind. They just keep going at him, man. He gotta change his body, bro. Buttons. He gotta change his body, man. He gotta change that because he ain't gonna last in the league long than LeBron if they keep going to him every time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, JB, in my soliloquy tonight, he's not lasting till 40.
Yeah, but remember Joker came like he was super heavy. Remember how he like all of a sudden one year like over summer he lost like 40 pounds.
What scored the game, JB?
The Clippers won.
Okay.
Man, is that
going
3-3?
Going back to Denver.
Wow.
OKC just sitting back, just relaxing, chilling. I think the Knicks and Celtics play first on Sunday, don't they? Or is it Monday?
Game 1 steal.
Can't wait.
Can't wait, huh?
Colorado beat the Stars 4-7.
Oh, it's Monday, JB, game 1.
I thought game 1 was Monday. All right. So, you know what? Let's see. But I know Joey's getting together his delusional parlays of the week.
It's been together, JB.
Oh, it's there. Yeah. You know, Boston, they released a line up for that game after New York won, JB. It opens at 8.5.
Already? Jeez.
Yeah.
That disrespect.
Oh, absolutely.
Cleveland Pacers 7.5.
That should be way higher. Are you nuts?
Be higher than 7?
Oh my goodness.
Bud's like, man, he doesn't even care about the Knicks. Like, they're gonna get smoked.
We've been getting crushed by them all year long.
Hey, man, guess what?
Y'all better jump on that line,
all
bud.
year long too, and you beat them 3 times. How about the Pistons? The Pistons have lost 10 in a row at home in the playoffs. They haven't won
Who's
a
this?
home. The Pistons haven't won a playoff game at home since the championship years. I think those years when they had Billups and those guys. Like 9 in a row. All right, so the Knicks in 6. Hey, JB got that right. Buttons got that one wrong. That was a mistake, Buttons.
Almost not, though.
So we got the Nuggets and the Clippers. All of us got the Warriors. So, and either me and Joy gonna be right, or you and Chris gonna be right for the Nuggets. For the second round, we can do second round picks right now in the East. Y'all ready?
Easy.
Or y'all scared? Just say it.
Yeah.
Scared.
Scared? Yeah. All right, we know how Buttons feels about the Knicks and Celtics. I'm gonna go ahead and fill his in.
Put it down, JB.
Celtics in 4.
Oh my!
Make your money.
Make your money.
I know.
All right. Pacers and Cavs. I got the Cavs in 6. Joey.
You said Pacers,
Pacers
Cavs?
and Cavs.
Cavs in 6.
Okay, Joey trying to bite my style.
Give me Cavs in 4.
Oh, he got no respect for the
Halliburton's dad wants none of that.
Oh my god!
All right, but
he wants no part of
it. I'm taking the upset here. Indiana in 6.
That
geez. Halliburton's dad does want some of that.
Yes, he does want that
gold.
There's no way, Buttons, that the Pacers are beating the Cavs in 6.
Fool's gold up there in Cleveland, JB.
All right, Celtics. I got the Celtics with a cup of tea because they're gentlemen. Celtics in 5. Joey?
Celtics in 6, JB.
No respect for your team. None of y'all. Not loyal fans.
They need a bench.
Not Bing Bong.
I'm with JB. They're gentlemen.
But let's go Knicks.
5.
Go
Let's
Knicks.
go Knicks.
Go
Let's
Knicks.
go Knicks.
So the
Bing
Timberwolves and Thunder are sitting back like this.
They're just waiting,
getting their rest. I think we could have a T. I think we headed for a T-Wolves Thunder.
That would be fun.
West Finals.
That
Ant-Man versus SGA.
That would be fun.
Because
sweet.
because the Golden State play they played last night, it's gonna be a wrap.
See ya. How about that?
Over.
Yes. Vince Carter style.
Gorilla style.
All right, Joey. Tell us the lock.
Littler?
No, please don't.
I definitely look, Chris.
I swear, man. If you give me any more, whenever I be honest with you, whenever you start giving me darts, I don't even open the app, bro. I don't even go looking.
All right.
I don't even care. All right, at that point in time, I'm like, I don't care about money.
Well, the lock is
I need peace of mind.
A 3-legger plus 335.
All right.
We're gonna skip around
No.
to 3 different sports.
No.
3 different sports.
We're gonna go the Nats going to Natty. Chris's boy Hunter Green pitching. Give me the Cincinnati money line.
Love me some Hunter Green.
He's pitching
That's
well
his
this year, and I don't even have him.
Let's go to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Winnipeg going to St. Louis. Give me the Blues money line.
That's a back and forth series.
All right.
And lastly, let's go to the NBA playoffs. Houston going to Golden State. Give me the Dubs money line, as the wise man told me. All money line.
The Dubs are going to win the series.
Yep.
And by the way, Mr. Money Line.
I got you. The wise man has spoken.
All right. What's the big boy this week?
Big boy is a 9-legger, JB.
Oh my God. 9
We're
legs.
at plus 27-19.
27-19.
Okay.
We are going to go first with a little Australian rules football.
Rugby.
Give me Fremantle. Money line.
Fremantle.
F-R-E Mantle.
This dude just be like
money line.
This dude just be like,
there wasn't a lot out there this time, JB. That's why I had to go back to my old bread and butter. Darts.
Oh.
Give me Mark Lukeman money line.
Martin
Lukeman money line.
Martin Lukeman.
Man.
Cameron Menzies money line.
Menzies. Menzies.
Give me Wessel Nijman money line.
Nijman.
Yeah, Nijman.
Lukeman and a Nijman.
And a Menzies.
All right, now we're going to bring it back to this side of the pond.
After that early sweat.
Lacrosse, NCAA lacrosse, give me Utah money line.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
My God.
Buttons has been doing a lot of hating on his Cuse. I'll continue to hate on his Cuse because they will lose to Notre Dame. Lacrosse money line.
Ooh, Syracuse pretty good at lacrosse.
That's
now,
good.
we're going to end this with baseball. I got 3 baseball games going for this. I wanted to give you.
It would be a 10-legger.
All tomorrow?
No, it'd be a 9-legger.
This all happening.
All right, all tomorrow. All tomorrow.
All right.
I
just
wanted to remind everyone, since we're dealing with baseball, a quick greatest baseball player of all time stat. Barry Bonds, 49% of his hits were extra base hits.
Oh.
Half of your hits are for extra bases. That is crazy. The greatest player who ever lived. Lastly, I'll take the Fathers at Pittsburgh money line.
Mm-hmm.
Diamondbacks going to Philly. Give me Philly money line.
All right.
And lastly, the Cubbies offense is on fire. Who are they? The 98 Yankees?
Oh.
My goodness. Give me the Cubbies going to Milwaukee. Cubbies money line.
All righty. All right. In review, the lock. Lock it in.
Lock
we got
it in,
3
baby.
legs at plus 335. We got the Reds money line, the Blues money line. We got the Dubs money line. 335. People make some money this weekend. And the big boy. People, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm reading anyway to y'all.
When it hits.
When it hits. When it hits. Rugby. A free mantle.
Free mantle.
Money line. Okay. Darts. A Lukeman.
Lukeman.
A Menzies.
Menzies.
And a Nidgeman.
Ninjaman.
Money line. Lacrosse. You got the Utes.
The 2 Utes.
And the Fighting Irish. Money line.
And
then for baseball, we got the Padres, the Cubbies, and the Phillies, all money line. Plus 2719.
Oh my gosh, I'm stealing this.
It's 1:00, people.
Somewhere.
And here on the East Coast in Virginia. Okay, not somewhere. Look, my screens have been moving. All right. And that is what we call a wrap. On episode 157. What you gonna do about it?
157.
I gotta go train for my gorilla fight. I'm gonna be 100.
I'll tell you what, if you sign up for the 100-man disembowelment, go ahead and send me the invite so I can watch behind the glass panel.
I would be like 98 or something.
You're not going to be on the front line, Chris?
You're like, look, is Chris trying to figure four leg lock the gorilla? Like,
Gorilla.
Put the gorilla in the figure 4.
I'm just trying to get him in the leg lock. I got him, fellas.
He's just sitting there looking at you like, what are you doing? And he goes,
That's it. I mean, that's it.
And you just lights out. He just raises his
That's
hand
really
like
not
this.
a bad way to go, though, really. Like, just getting ripped apart.
It's Chris. It's going to be just so simple. He's going to look at you. He'll hold his hand up like this.
Done.
It doesn't matter if you're the first guy or the 98th guy. You're just going to be the 98th guy on that list.
Yep.
If you're ripped apart, do you live at all or you're done instantly?
No. What you do is your head sees your body parts over there.
I look up and see you three just watching. You're like, you got a sign that says "I told you so."
I told you so.
Well, you survive halfway there,
Got a
Chris.
sign. His sign is like "Go Gorilla."
Yeah.
And me and Joey sitting there like this. Sell! Sell! Like, what's happening? Like, he's not selling. He's buying. Oh my God.
I'm like, where's Orton?
He's somewhere lurking.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if they ever something like this is some crap that's going to eventually one day happen for entertainment.
It's going to be like 99 guys that are like on life or 100 guys that are like in life.
Going to be a bloodbath.
Yes, it will be.
You guys are like, is he really trying to figure 4?
There's no way they would find 100 morons to put in a cell.
If you were life in prison,
I disagree with that. They will find 100 morons. Okay.
I don't think you could ever air that on TV. Now, if you did, I would buy it instantly. But as a pay-per-view. Like, but I don't think they ever would have balls to do that on a pay-per-view.
Gotta see that.
Each guy that comes through, he's just ripping them.
But the first thing I would do, if they ever did it on pay-per-view, is go to FanDuel and bet on the gorilla.
There you go.
Joey would bet, like, you could bet, like, he would be betting on the guys who are dying like the order. Joey. Fifth guy, Menzies. All right, fellas.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. See you next week.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.